team to compete in the Nedbank Cup. Happy to have a little bit of time to prepare the game this week. Yeah, I'm looking forward for the Saturday to come back to Orlando. First of all, it's been a while since I think last time we played that was a CLB game in the Champions League, so it's been a while since we couldn't play in our home ground. And well prepared, knowing the type of opponent that we are going to face, and that's it.
Thank you, Coach. Let's take questions from the floor. We're still in the live section of the press conference. I see a hand there. Karabo, if you can give the microphone to him.
Good afternoon, Coach.
On your left, Coach.
Good afternoon, Coach. You briefly touched on it that it's you've got a week to prepare for this game. Can you just take us through, if you will, how has the preparations been? Because you come from a very, very difficult week, playing the derby, emotions, physically as well. You travel to Baroka, Sundowns as well. Just post Sunday or the Sundowns game, how has preparations been? How are the players looking emotionally, physically? Take us into confidence in regards to preparing for this game after a very, very difficult and demanding week.
No, they're looking really well, I'll say. As you said, we went through a tough week in terms of we can capitalize in the future or something.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take the next question, if any, in the live section. Do we have any more hands? Okay, can we get a microphone to Veli there?
Good afternoon, Coach. You're going for the record third Nedbank Cup title. I don't recall a team winning this title 3 times before. Also, you are in contention for the league title, in contention for the Champions League as well. What does this do to your team, especially with the experience they've accumulated in the last few years, with the possibilities of contesting for all these major titles?
Personally, I think it's still early to speak about titles. We are we're going through now the rest of the month, these 15 days of February, March. We will be tested again in different competitions. The Champions League will come after the FIFA break, if I'm not wrong, in the middle of March. We try to look at every game like an opportunity, seriously, an opportunity to win, to showcase the players' talent, to make sure that we are at the level that this project requires, and at this time is an opportunity to, well, like people used to say, to defend our last Nedbank title. We are excited to continue in the same role, in the same winning strike in this competition. But again, it's going to be a tough one. We have the opportunity to have a look at the opponent, and it's a serious team with a lot of quality up front, with the capacity to give you a bad day if you are not at the level that the game will require, and that's where our focus is, in trying to be better than Baroka on Saturday, respecting them 100%, and then we go into the next, which is a league, and like I said, soon the Champions League. And again, it is because we are Orlando Pirates. We are, like I try to express since day one, it's our obligation to fight for every result. This time the Nedbank is not going to be different.
Do we have any other questions from the live section? a hand here, Temba.
From sports coach, a team like Baroka, they've had coaching changes within the past week. When you plan for this match, is the coaching changes something that you put into your notes that probably Masuta was playing this way, then Shabala comes in, he plays that way, and then Riveiro will come through and prepare this way based on what the previous coach has done and the kind of.
We have some experience in this type of games in the cup, and as much as you try to get information about the opponent, what they're doing in their leagues are different. Obviously, they're playing with a different regulation in terms of the players that they can use. Like you said, a lot of changes in the coaching side, in the management as well for Baroka this season. But we know almost what they were looking for in the last game under the new coach. But the most important in this type of games, it's to know as much as you can about the players, about the individuals, so you can more or less understand the level of the team together. You know the strengths, the weakness. But usually when we face San Orlando Pirates, we face teams from the first division, from the third division as well, that we have the opportunity in these 3 years in the cup. Usually you will face a different team, a special team with a special game plan, with extra motivation, with it's a big day for both teams, but obviously especially for Baroka this time, because the competition is presenting for them a unique opportunity to show who they are as an individuals, everybody involved, and that makes the competition, especially difficult. We have now, I remember now, Dondo Stars, for example, 2 years ago, how difficult it was for us when the academy. It's complicated because on the day, if you are well prepared and you have quality, you can match everything. So yeah, that's basically what we expect.
Thank you, Coach. I still had about 5 more minutes, but I can move on to the embargoed section if everybody is happy. Okay, so the next part is embargoed.
Jablo Vika from East Central. Coach, my question is twofold. The first part is, what sort of response are you looking to get from your players on this game on Saturday? And what is it about this team and their ability to bounce back strong from setbacks? I think it's shown throughout, especially this season, going in places where you had struggled in the past, but going there and being able to get results. So how have you been able to inculcate that in the team to be able to bounce back strong from setbacks?
If I say now that we're doing or preparing something special this week because we lost the last game, then it means that we are reacting after one result. We're not a reactive team. We're running our own race. We like your colleague said before, we are fighting. Actually, we have already one title this season in our cabinet. We're trying to fight for each and every game in every competition. We have. I read somewhere a few weeks ago or days ago that we have, if not the best, one of the best, let's say, beginning of the seasons ever in the club in terms of victories and points. What can I say about the team in the Champions League? So there's no bounce back. We didn't have everything went wrong the other day. It was a game of moments. When you have a look at the score, maybe you feel like there was a big difference between the teams. But I'm sure you watched the game and you can analyze yourself what happened, how the game changed in two particular moments. So, like I said before, we analyze, we try to know what happened, what we did right, what we did wrong. And it's not about bounce back, it's about go again to the field, play our football, try to go to the next round. After that, focus in the next one. And I know I'm a little bit bored when I'm talking here, but that's the process. Trust me, there's nothing. We don't do 3 hours meeting trying to, feel sorry about ourselves because we didn't score and they did. So it's a normal process. Again, you lose the games for a reason, you win for a reason. We try to find out, and we move as soon as possible and trying to do what we like to do, which is play football.
Alright, let's move on to Siasanga. Reminder again, this is the embargoed session, so it can only be published or printed after 8 p.m. tonight.
Good afternoon, Coach. Siasanga here from the Sunday World newspaper. Coach, maybe if you could give us a quick update on injuries and player availability, because we saw before the Sundowns game, we suffered 2 injury blows in Sesane and Dubata. And lastly, if you could, what is the status with Monapula Saleng? And I'm asking this question for the sake of the fans and not headline. Thanks.
Well played, but I don't do it. I mean, I don't speak about health of my players. It's something that belongs to a private space, and the moments that the club feels that it's the time to speak about which players are injured, how long it's going to take, in which moment of the process they do it. It's not part of my job description to, like I said, because it's not an ethic thing. I know that it will be nice to know how close is Olisa or Mosele and what's happening with Saleng, but it's not going to happen.
Okay, let's go to Lorenz, then Benji, I've noted you. I think there was another hint. Yes, come.
Coach, thanks for this. And you spoke about the psychological, obviously, things that you need to go through this week. But part of that process is obviously seeing Sundowns lose to PS Galaxy. So psychologically for the squad, how did that affect them seeing because it's kind of what you're quite down and out after this game. We all saw that, but you mentioned, anything can happen. It's still very early, so I'm sure the squad reacted in a certain way to see, things aren't over.
No, absolutely not, but again, there's no relation with the game we're going to play with Baroka on Saturday, but I'll answer your question one more time. We know why we lost, and then what happened in the next game for them is something that we cannot control, obviously. I'm not watching the games hoping or going to my phone and check what is the result every 5 minutes or stuff like that, because there's nothing I can do there. I try to just focus in our next games. Right now, our cup game, once we manage hopefully to go through to the next round, we will feel much better with ourselves. It's an important game to show that we're still alive, that it's going to be needed much more this season to move Pirates out of the road, because it's not going to be possible. Let's put it in this way. And the league is a marathon. It's 30 games. I'm gonna tell you a couple of topics, okay, about football, but it's the truth. And there's good teams right now. Teams who are in a good moment of form. And for example, what happened the other day with Galaxy and Sundowns is, for me, it's not a surprise. I mean, we all know how difficult it is to go to Mbombela. I think Galaxy, even last season, was the best team in home matches after Sundowns, if I'm not wrong. It's the same. We are playing games every 2 days, every 3 days. Teams like us, teams like Mamelodi. So having a bad day, it's something normal, human, acceptable, and that's the competition itself. Every time we we playing games, especially when we play away. We have to all the big teams and the teams who are, fighting to get this trophy or whichever trophy must feel that pressure when we are playing away from home. So I think that having Galaxy in that moment of form, Sekukune as well, it was a terrible game for us to play. Polokwane City, hopefully soon some other teams is a good news for the league, for the competition, and for our football.
Coach Benji, and then come.
Coach Benjamin, it's on the same injury, but not telling us who is out, who is in. I just wanted to know, Coach, with the disturbance in your defense, like it was Isanda who started with Sesane, but along the way Nda was injured. Now Sesane was playing with Sibisi and they were doing very well. Sesane gets injured. Now Koki comes in and they have to start a new combination with Sibisi. How does that disturb you and your preparations for the whole season and going into different competitions as you are competing on three fronts now, the league, the Nedbank Cup and the Champions League? Thank you.
Help me here. Disturbance is the right word. Is more about to look at the player who is getting injured. It's a tough process for them. It's an uncertain process for them to face maybe a long period of absence, not playing football, and different components. So that's for me the main concern, to try to give them the right platform to come back as soon as possible, to still mentally strong, and for us as a technical staff, the next problem is, or not the next problem, but the next challenge is to replace that player with guarantees, every player is different. You cannot expect the same things from different players, but it's always about trying to find the balance in the start 11, to try to find the balance in possession, out of possession, in terms of leadership, and every player has something to say in the squad. There's time for, almost during the season, used to be time for everyone to show that there's a reason why they are playing for Pirates, why they are part of our squad. And yeah, like you said, right now it's time for Tapelo, it's time for Innocence, it's time for Mbokatsi, it's time for other players who are training well, are pushing, and they're ready to play. And let's see, because again, we're going to play a huge amount of players in the next 6 weeks, and everybody is going to be necessary.
Coach, come.
Buenas tardes, Coach.
Hola.
Kamahani from Baroka FC. Coach, there's a bit of a history between Baroka and Orlando Pirates in domestic cups, but I know you will say that history does not play the match. But now I want to find out, how do you then ensure that players, remain level-headed and focus on the task at hand and erase whatever history that is between the two teams previously? And also, we are at a stage whereby anything is possible, but is there pressure for Pirates to actually defend the title?
Is that pressure?
For Pirates to defend the title?
Very much pressure. There's pressure every day for us. In every game, in every training, there's always pressure, but it's a good pressure. And I did explain this part of our job already several times, and it's something normal. I mean, every time we go into the field, people is expecting us to win, and sometimes not even win. It's going beyond that capacity to win games. So there's no extra pressure because we won the Nedbank the last season. That's the past. Now we're writing another chapter of our time together here, and again, we want to be the same team. We want to be victorious. We want to continue having the possibility to go to finals, to play the last games of each and every competition, and so far we're doing quite well. About Baroka and the history of the club, I think there was not a long time ago a knockout game where they won, if I'm not wrong. I think Baroka relegated when I came here in 2022, the season before. Before that, using from Baroka, like Evidence, Goodman, and we know how important Baroka is in that community, and we respect them 100%. And the way the players are not going to get relaxed is because we're showing them how good they are. We did it this morning, we're going to do it tomorrow again, and they know we are playing a quality team. We're playing a team, like I said before, that if we are not, focused enough, they are capable to give you a headache because they have a lot of talent, especially up front. And I'm sure that those boys are more than capable and motivated to show it in Orlando on Saturday. So we need to be ourselves one more time. Probably if we are close to our best version, it's not going to be easy for Baroka, but when we are not, or if we are not, everything can happen because it's a football game. But everything is going to be played in 90 minutes maybe, or an extra time, let's see, but we have to be ready for a tough game because it is what it is, a knockout game, and it's never easy.
Okay, the last one.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Coach. Morning, team here from Teta FM. Coach, when the season started, I stressed out an important part, the defense of the club that are playing for the club in cheering them. And last week we saw the results were not favoring your team, but the fans kept on cheering the team and showing love to the team. What special message do you have for the fans going into this weekend's match against the giant slayer, Baroka FC?
I don't have any message for the fans. I mean, they come in numbers in every game we play, away, home. They always behind us is one of our advantages. Like I said the other day, things didn't work for us, but I think, or I would like to think that fans can recognize supporters, not fans. Supporters can recognize when the team is doing everything, in their capacity. I think fans in football or supporters should get mad or angry with the players when they are not trying, when they are not running, when they are not showing commitment. But when the team is trying and for whatever reason, sometimes because the opponent is better than you on the day, it can happen. But I think they managed to, everybody I think was aware of the effort that the boys were doing the other day after two very, very tough games and traveling and with no time to basically prepare the game. We tried our best. We didn't. How can I say in English? We were there breaking our face to try to get one result that wasn't possible. I think the reaction of our supporters in the end was a reaction of gratitude and recognizing that the team was doing everything in order to make it possible, but it didn't work. So again, we go into Orlando. They used to be 100% behind us in every game, and we're going to try to again be the team that is making them proud most of the games this season.
All right, thank you. We're going to end it here, Coach. All the best.